I want to touch on real briefly because you mentioned it a few times and I'm completely with you. I'm not a good golfer, but I understand the mental component.
Yes.
So you mentioned that, you've done things to kind of reflect on what you need to work on mentally, how to become mentally either more focused or mentally stronger in your game of golf. So what are some of the things that you've learned either from that camp or even reflecting in these last couple years? What are some of the things that you've learned that really helps you to just be mentally 100% for golf?
Right. So if I look at, so this is my second year. If I look at the last 2 years, I've learned quite a bit in that there's a couple of things. One thing is first, I would find myself, usually when I play around a golf, I play the best when I am pretty calm emotionally, just like a cool cucumber. You have bad shots, you're human, it happens. But I would notice that sometimes in some events, I would kind of go up and down in a wave, and that is not good. I mean, I'd be so emotionally exhausted at the end of the round. And I would find myself sometimes also getting frustrated and almost like I want to quit, and just one of those days where it's just so hard. And I think what I've come to realize is you need to enjoy the entirety of the sport. You can't just be happy when you play well, because I mean, you're going to fail more than you actually win tournaments in this sport. And I think you have to understand that it's going to be there's going to be up and downs. And as long as you love and you enjoy what you're doing, enjoy everything.
Yes.
No one's perfect.
Yes.
I mean, even Tiger Woods, right? Even though the amount that he wins and, he's arguably the best player of all time, if you look at his stats, he still only wins 20-30% maybe of the time. And that's the best in the world. So I think just taking a step back and not getting so mad at myself and frustrated and just enjoying the process and the entirety of everything is one big thing that I've learned. A second thing is learning to be optimistic. And what I mean by that is like your rebound, bounce back ability. You have to learn that one bad tournament, one bad round does not define you as a player or a person. It does not define how good you are. It does not define your game. And it just happens, you have an off week. Nobody's perfect. You're human. And I think that's a very hard thing to do. And just to look at any obstacle that comes your way, whether it be an injury or a bad golf shot, I think if you look at it rather than an obstacle and more of like an opportunity. Okay, I hit my tee shot in the trees. So rather than get upset and all flustered after the shot, how about I look at it as, all right, let's see how I'm gonna get out of here and scramble and make par. Let's see what kind of shot I can do. What can I challenge and what kind of shape can I do, And I think just looking at it with a more optimistic attitude makes a world of difference. And I'm not saying that I've perfected that. Like, I still struggle with that. That's definitely something that I'm still working on, and I'm thankful that I have my inner circle and my parents to kind of always remind me of these things. Let me just see, there's a couple other things that I had to pick up in the last couple of years. A lot. I'm trying to squeeze 2 years into a couple of minutes, but those are some of the big things. And when it comes to training for golf, golf is a little unique in that it's not a 60-minute, 90-minute game. This is a marathon. It is a 3 to 4 day event, plus your practice rounds, plus each round, plus, with warm-up time is, you're looking from 4 to 8 hours a day. And to keep yourself that mentally focused for that amount of time is pretty hard. So I think the mental training that I do, it kind of just helps you to, get a little bit better at that.
There's a lot of things that you said there that, I'm glad it's just part of your process, right? And I think every time that you find you hit adversity, an obstacle, or even a failure, it's an opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity for you to get better, right? And a lot of that mindset perspective would determine how much growth do you get from that experience, or did it really not teach you too much? So I really like what you're doing. And we all need to, no one's going to be perfect, like you said. Even if you've been doing this for 10, 20, 30 years, there's still opportunity for you to get better mentally, physically. So just continually trying to improve that.